Hey, what's up, Sussex Squad? Thank you for clicking on my channel. Hello, glad you're here. Wait, this one I can't do because I might get in trouble. Let me see, what's the other one? Uh, hey guys, Claire here. Yeah, but there's one I can't do because I might get in trouble, so I'm not gonna do it. Woo! I'm not gonna do it. I will let you all just be in suspense. Um, I am not going to do it. Okay. Let me see who was here first. Oh, Marie Fabian. Thank you so much for being here. Elaine Parker. Sorry to keep you up so late. Oh, I got some juicy stuff for you. Woo! It's juicy, 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 juicy. Anyway, I pulled on the thread. And I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. And then, if that wasn't enough, I even found a article that even backs up what I was thinking. Now, it's nothing so new or anything like that, but it was just something that I had noticed. And I was like, oh boy, this really deserves to be a thing all of its own, but it's not. So let's get to it. I'll say hi to the rest of y'all as I go along. Okay, because I got a little bit to cover, and I'm not sure how long it'll take. So, the Royals were out fighting for survival today. They really were. They were out there fighting for their survival. Um, because last year they got quite a whomping from Harry and Meghan. They were obliterated by them. I don't care what anybody says. Um, they had a really bad year. The so called working royals, terrible year, awful, pathetic performance they had. And I think they mean to make up for it. I think it's their intentions to make up for it any way they can. So we'll see how they do. But right now, Harry and Meghan are winning. I don't care what people think it looks like. Harry and Meghan are winning. Hands down. They have the big mo. And y'all know what the big mo is, right? Momentum. They have the big momentum. And if this year is anything like last year, they are in heck of a good shape. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Also, I did some investigation to see about the gift of the memberships, and as I feared, I could not establish that it can be directed at anyone in particular. Not that everyone is not equally worthy, but as you know, there are some people that have been here since the beginning, and due to circumstances like the country they live in or finances, they're not able to have a membership. And um, wish we could do something about that, but unfortunately, it's out of my control. And of course, our benefactors. Uh, Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. Wait. Oh, wow, that thing is buried. There we go. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for staying up with us or getting up early with us, whichever applies. Okay, let me see here. Ah, yes, that's right. Because in Montecito, wait for it, there are no leaks in Montecito. Never have, never will be. No leaks in Montecito. Okay. Elaine Parker, was that the right thing? Oh, there you go. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Hi, Lydia Washington, Adrian Burrow, Mel Shadow Wolf, uh, and who else is here? Leslie F., Adrian Burrow. Did I say that already? Sonia Johnson. uh, okay, let's get going. Sussex Squad, stronger together. Yes, we are stronger together. And thank you to the squaddy who posted that earlier today. Sussex Squad, together we are stronger. We are stronger, hands down. We are stronger. Oh, God. Woo, my goodness. Well, sometimes if you ask the AI to produce an image of someone, and I do suspect this is AI. You know what I love though? Check out the top of his head. AI was very careful to add those few little desperate strands of hair that are hanging on for dear life. You know what I mean? The AI was so kind and so polite to even insert those few little hairs that are just like, hanging on. I mean, their little follicles are like clawing into his flesh, trying to hang on for dear life. It makes me concerned about him because he's always on those helicopters, and I'm just afraid that what he has left is going to get blown away. Um, hey, Legs wants to say hi to a few people. There we go. All right. Very good. Okay. And so, anyway, it says when you take a train to lecture about climate and your helicopter follows you to pick you up, that is so sad and pathetic. Now, honestly, I was not there to see this personally, but if there is any truth, and I mean, if there is any truth to that, that is absolutely pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic. I hope that that's not true, but it seems like it is because, okay, so he takes the train up there, and then that 8 million pound helicopter just happens to be there. How else would you explain that? How else do you explain that that 8 million pound helicopter just happens to be there when he leaves the lecture about climate? He needs to lecture himself. He literally needs to stand in the mirror and have a firm conversation about the errors of his ways. Because if anybody needs to be lectured, it's him. This is the same dum dum who actually had flown. Um, what's that desperate bootlicking athlete? Um, David Beckham. He actually had David Beckham fly from the Middle East all the way over to Boston. He was the only person on the plane aside from the crew. He came over for just a hot minute. There was no other business to conduct. He was there to bolster the image of Willie Leaks and those 3 or 4 strands of hair left on the top of his head. Yeah, that was it. Other than that, he served no useful purpose at that event. And yet, William has the caucasity to lecture people about the climate. I just don't get it. It's hard to lecture people over the noise of your helicopter engines. So, oh, by the way, you guys, do you remember the other day that someone told me, make sure you go over to your mailbox? Oh, wait until you see what somebody sent me today. Wait till you see it. I was just like, that is cute. That is too cute. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Oh, ooh, ah, absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, I'll share that with you later as I tease you. But it is, I, anyway, this person has a Etsy. Am I saying it right? Etsy? Yeah, I think it's Etsy. Site. And I have not had a chance to even look at that because I was running errands today. But oh, I cannot wait to get on that site and see what else is there. Now, I suppose I have permission to share that with you. I don't recall. Let me take a look. Hold on. But anyway, I'll tease you about it some more later. Let's get on with it, right? Anyway, so that is the climate hypocrite, William, climate hypocrite. If there ever has been one, William, the climate hypocrite. That's why he can't keep his mouth shut. That's why his mouth is gaping open right now, is because actually I don't know because, but anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's it. Let's get on with it. Now, today, Kate pays her respects. You guys, this is part of a greater rollout. And of course, we're going to be very sensitive about our comments because they are not directed toward the people that are remembering a terrible chapter of world history. That is not the point. But William, Kate, and Chuck, they were all out in force. No Camilla for some strange reason, but they were all out in force today so that they can pay their respects and, of course, chat with people, some of which were survivors of the Holocaust of the 1930s and 40s. So, not to be confused with the one that's happening today in Palestine or the one that happened with the transatlantic slave trade. We don't want to confuse one with the other. Amen. But I think that they were all pretty terrible. And the one that's going on today is it's gut wrenching. It really is gut wrenching. But hopefully uh, we can see the end of that. But human suffering is human suffering, no matter who's suffering. It is one of the worst parts of our character as human beings that we can make one another suffer so terribly. So, yeah, nothing wrong with them being there, of course, but having seen the Sussexes attacked so viciously as Meghan, and of course, one of California's newest residents, Prince Harry, as they tried to um, help. That's it. They just tried to help. They were actually in areas that were still pretty dangerous, as far as I'm concerned, especially when they went to visit some of the people that were either cleaning up or protecting their property or just assessing their losses, right? They traveled 90 miles to be viciously attacked by some washed out um, actress from the 1980s who has seen better days, I would say. and a few other people like Megan McCain and such. That really, really bothered me. And so I'm a bit annoyed about that. And of course, totally embracing the idea that Charles and William and Kate are able to embrace people as people remember one of the worst parts of human history. um, I would say that the fires in California, in the LA area, that was the worst that they've ever had in terms of loss of property and damage. And of course, jobs were lost and such. And the human toll is still being assessed. But the point is, what is the difference between what Harry and Meghan was doing in California, and of course, Kate, who this is probably one of 10 times she will work this year. She picks and chooses what she makes herself available for. And of course, Kate, who is still surviving cancer, mingling with so many people, not just here, but in the hospital and other places, it almost begs belief that she was actually a cancer patient, because apparently her resistance, her immunity is normal. She doesn't have a care in the world. But it's the total hypocrisy that is painful to me. I look at this situation from today, and I think about the hell that they put the Sussexes through. And center stage is not Charles, but Kate. Charles, who would have had conversations with more people about that era than Kate ever will, is pushed to the back burner. Charles is playing second fiddle to Kate, who, in spite of her youth in comparison to Charles, has only worked a handful of times since both of them did not have cancer, and then they did have cancer. And also, they won't tell us what kind of cancer it is. But yet, Charles, who's so much older than Kate, is actually the one that does most of the work. But anytime Kate appears, instantly he is eclipsed. And I don't feel sorry for him, because he's been having that same beef about people overshadowing him. Well, we know when that started. So there you have it. And just so that we don't miss this, they have equal billing when it comes to the Daily Mail. She's more featured with The Sun. And if we can go back here, she is the main feature with The Telegraph, and Charles is reserved to a coin size image. And of course, rightly so, one of the survivors is center stage, which is probably more sensible. I think the Daily Express actually gets this right, because it's not about the royals, it's about the survivors. But like so many things, whether it's this recognition of the tragedies at Auschwitz, or if you want to compare it to, well, not compare it, but if you want to also point out, I'll just say Wimbledon. Kate's not playing, Kate's not the athlete. Kate is just there to be applauded and to get attention. Because, as usual, which is very different from Harry and Meghan, is that these events, they make the royals center stage. They have the most attention. And again, that's why I'm bothered by this, because it's really about the survivors. It's about reminding people that this should never happen again, even if it is still happening today. But it should never happen again. And yet, who's the focus? Who's front and center? Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton. If that was Harry and Meghan, we would have never heard the end of it. There would be no end to the level of hostility. Oh, and am I correct that they brought cameras with them? Am I correct that they brought their own cameras with them? I understand, Adrian. I would have never had the feelings that I have about that institution had they not attacked that American black woman of mixed race. That is the turnoff. That is what changed everything. There's no reality where I could unsee that. And so now I don't care what happens to the rest of that lot. Lex says, has anyone else noticed that they are limiting the amount of times Kitty and Camilla have been together? Yes. And I got some more of this. Remember, I said I pulled a thread earlier? I'm going to share that thread with you later. Besides the Christmas walk, I don't know that they have been together for a major event. Beef, maybe? Beef Wellington. Yeah. Beef Wellington. uh, uh, yes, and listen, a medical professional just discussed that with me earlier. They said I probably should not point this out, but for people that are within that 5 year window of remission, right? They don't consider you cured for what, 5 years? The level of affection and the embraces. But like I said, they are fighting for survival. They are literally fighting for survival. And if you go by what Legs just mentioned, it seems as though a couple of them are fighting each other, or maybe they have paired off to fight each other. Father and son, a stepmother in law and stepdaughter in law. There seems to be a battle. Oh, Mary H., that is brilliant. That's what they want to do. Run the Sussexes into hiding so those vile royals can get the upper hand. All of those supremacists are working together. You guys, thank you so much because I was just like, I hope I'm not um, making too much out of this, that I'm like making more out of it than what it is. But that seems to be the strategy, is to shame them into hiding so that nobody can, see them doing the work that they plan to do for the rest of their lives. When they say Meghan is not going back to acting, they say never. But Meghan is doing the work that she was born to do. This is what she's always wanted. And it just so happens they've fallen in love with a real life prince, and their power, their energy, their personalities have created a power couple like the world hasn't seen probably since Barack and Michelle Obama went to the White House, not since the Clintons, not since well, you can name a few people, but a power couple that complement each other so well. So thank you so much for that, Mary H. And well, you guys are right on the money today. Beyonce revenge shared. She just lost her. Wait a minute. Revenge. Beyonce's revenge shared. She just lost her dog. Oh no. I am so sorry to hear that. Wait a minute. Who lost their dog? Wait, anyway, thank you for the super chat. Beyonce's revenge shared she just lost her dog. Are we saying Beyonce lost her dog or who lost the dog? I'm so sorry. I kind of missed that one. Let me see. Is that one of the squatties that's on right now? Because if so, I didn't see the where that started. But anyway, we'll catch up with that one. Um, so like I said, front and center, it seems to let me see. Well, what's that one on the right side? I was too scared to come out as gay. Uh, well, that's interesting that they made that the bigger story, but the dog name is Revenge. Beyonce Revenge is oh, okay. Thank you so much for clearing that up for me. And Lydia, thanks for almost clearing that up because I'm not sure what that yes was for. So thanks for almost clearing that up. I think you're just messing with my head right now. Um, okay, let me continue. So this came out today too. Hello Mag. Actually, it came out a couple of days ago. Hello Magazine exclusive report fighting for his family inside Harry's mission to bring Archie and Lily back to the UK. Now, is that a thing? Is that really a thing? He wants his children to know his home country. So the Sussex soldier says she is the one doing the whining, and she clearly, that is, it has a problem understanding what she read and what greed is. I'm sorry, yeah, what greed is that dumb talking about? Oh well, and the greed of taking money from dead people, or the greed of taking millions from charities. Oh, okay. Part of that is directed at the king, and the other two is C and W. So I think there's Catherine and William. Oof. All right. Well, she said what she said, didn't she? Oh, and by the way, you guys, before I forget about it, um, I just glanced at my screen, and I want to say this before I forget. So sorry, but do not forget to leave some kind words and thoughts for Lady Sussex over at the real life Cinderella, Meghan Markle, the real life Cinderella. So before I forget about that, you all, please don't forget to leave some kind thoughts for her because her mom had a bit of an accident. She took a tumble, I think, and she had to go to the hospital. So I haven't seen any updates about that, but don't forget, we are praying for her mom and praying for her because I'm sure she's a bundle of nerves right now, um, as she is caring for her mother. So please do not forget to go over there. I will find the link to her community tab right now and put that up top, lest I should forget, which I am prone to doing. So let me grab that. And okay. Let me grab that link to her community tab. And I'm going to put that up top while I'm still thinking about it. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay. There we go. All right. Because I will forget. But yeah, yeah, it says, good morning, Sussex Squad, and happy Sunday. Charles, George, and I were so looking forward to being with you all today, but unfortunately, my mother has suffered an accident and needed to be rushed to the hospital. Not sure how long we will be here for, but I will do my best to keep you all up to date. And I ask that you keep her in your prayers. right? So, again, if you want to go over and say some kind words, I see that a few people have so far. And of course, congratulations again to the wonderful Prince Harry for his successes in court this past week. In Sussex, love, Lady Sussex. Okay. Thank you all so much. Greatly appreciate it. Uh, okay, I see there's a few people that's been in there very recently, like within the past few hours. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep those messages coming and keep those prayers going. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Um, yes, prayers for healing. Thank you so, brother. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. So, that article, I have not been able to actually open up the article because it is dated February 3rd, but someone did some screenshots of the actual printed article. So let me go over there and just see what their hypothesis is about all of this. So give me just a second to pull that up. Oh no. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to talk about that tomorrow because somebody is being messy. Megan vanished from public eye. We usually see her every week, but she's vanished. Ah, ah, ah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should not have looked at that. I am so sorry. You see, I'm ready to let somebody have it, don't you? Oh, so sorry. I'm just like, okay. So I'm taking a scan through this article. It seems like a bunch of old news. Um, it seems like something to distract from the outcome in court. But yeah, I think it's much to do about nothing, and anything to do with those children. You know, they are at best just guessing what Harry is thinking, or feeling, or doing. And of course, they're talking about the Los Angeles fire. I see that. Despite his concern, the Duke has returned to the UK on several occasions, including a brief visit to the King after the monarch announced last February that he had been diagnosed with cancer. Harry returned to mark the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Game. Like I said, there's like really, there's no real story here. Harry has not brought his children to the country since Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee in 2022. Okay, you're going to love this. Last summer, a source close to Harry claimed that his calls to the king were being unanswered. And when they say a source close to, that means they don't know. So, yeah, that article is just a bunch of hooey from what I can tell. And it's not very much of an article either. It's very short. So yeah, I would say don't bother. Nice cover though, and I like the sentiment of Harry fighting for his family. Of course he is. Harry is doing everything he can to keep his family safe. Let's see here. Leg says the British royal family and the what is the BR? The British Rhoda, the British Royals. British royal family, need the Sussexes out of the limelight because the British media wants to shape the Sussexes narrative, and to the British royal family wants to get the attention and co-opt the Sussexes personas. Okay. I think that has been, as I say, if you Google Meghan tan coat, you know who else comes up. And I think the tactic is to blur the lines between one household and the other, to blur the line from one side of the Atlantic to the other. That seems to be the strategy, is to have a blurred line so there is little daylight as possible between the hardworking, so-called non-working royals in comparison to the non-working working royals. Does that make sense? The hardworking, not working royals compared to the not working. Does that make sense? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay, let me try this one more time. The goal is I think if I say it loud enough, it might make sense to me. The goal is, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay, here's the goal. The goal is to wait, what was that comment again? Because that's what it had to do with. Let me see. Want to get the attention and co-opt the Sussex's persona. Okay, here we go. Imagine me doing a running jump in the Olympics. Okay, I'm got my feet on the mark, and anyway, enough of that. But the goal is for the non-working royals to co-opt, to capitalize on the hard work of the so-called non-royals, which are the ones that are actually doing all the work and working the hardest, right? And actually have had not one, but I'm going to say two and a half successful, not pseudo quasi royal tours. Meaning, of course, Nigeria, that was a full, not royal tour. Colombia, a full, not royal tour. And of course, I'm just going to throw in the countdown to Invictus, the 1 year countdown, because that was kind of like a half tour, right? I'm going to say that that was a half tour, not really a tour. That was just the start of a countdown. But on the surface, it very much looked like a royal tour to me. They met with some of the tribal leaders who welcomed them with open arms. They showcased one of the local restaurants with a famous chef. Also, Harry participated in some of the athletic events and things. So I'm going to say that that seemed very much like a royal tour to me. And I might be missing something else, but yeah, I wouldn't say that Jamaica was anything like a tour. That was just a visit. But yeah, so there you go. That's what I was trying to say. And if you understood that, you're doing better than me because I'm still not clear what I just said. But you know what I mean. Gosh, my head is kind of spinning now. You know what I mean? Let me see. Okay, Mel Shadow Wolf says, I guess even after he won, they still won't give up. Pathetic tabloids with no lives probably got no love as kids. Absolutely. They are just a bunch of schoolyard bullies that have grown up Either that, more likely they were the ones bullied, and now they're, as they say, the pen is mightier than the sword. So, brother says UK media is sad, and Prince Harry didn't drag out the legal case he won fair and square. Excuse me. Um, they also have said they don't make any money on the legal battle. Yeah, because it's a big story and they can't really talk about it. They really can't talk about it. Mm, yes, yes. Good reminder. When you took their home, you took the only real secure place they had. Anyone notice how their hit pieces have positive pics? You know, I have not noticed that. I haven't seen too many pictures, really. I haven't seen that many pictures, but I'm going to make sure that I look for that. Thank you very much, Legs. Okay. Why? What happened? What did I miss? What did I miss? Thank you. Elaine Parker says we have the non-working royals working and the working royals not working. Thank you, Elaine Parker. That's it. I'm not going to touch it again because I can only add to the confusion of things. Harry says, I was born to win. Well, actually, he didn't say that, but and thank you to the squatty that posted that. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. I believe that image is from Nigeria when he was walking around that SUV and when they arrived at the polo game. But yeah, that was a charity polo match. I believe that's where that photo comes from. And there's Harry looking quite dapper. He is just too suave and just amazing. He looks every bit the hero. Okay, let me continue here. And you know what I say? Make room for daddy, right? Make room for daddy. Move over because there is another true American hero, an unlikely American hero. And again, thank you to the squatty who posted this. I don't know where it came from or how it was made, but that it is there and it really stirs my imagination and I love it. Absolutely wonderful. Make room for the Duke of Sussex. I mean, let's face it, it'll be a while before you'll get enough people to say this, but he's not just their hero, but he's also our hero. He is slowly but surely becoming a real American hero. I mean, people already see him as a hero, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of hard for us to claim him as our own. But in due time, give it some time, and we will rightfully claim him as a true American hero. Here, here, hip, hip, hooray, hip, hip, hooray, hip, hip, hooray. Uh, Jennifer Clark, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for joining us here tonight on Royal Sussex, or this morning, I think, for you. All right. Don't you love that? Harry just fits in right there. Now, Hegseth Brit accused Air Force of malicious pause as it reinstates training on Tuskegee Airmen. A video on the woman Air Force service pilots was also temporarily removed. What the beep is going on? What the beep is going on? What are they doing? We all know what they're doing. As a matter of fact, they, as in the Orange Menace and company, are doing what they promised to do. At some point, At some point, they're going to get more comfortable with what they have just done here, and that is this attempt to downplay or outright eliminate African Americans' contribution to our nation's history, to the United States history, as they have done for, you know, so many years, and it seems like that is still the plot. Yeah, absolutely, Adrian. They are trying to erase Black history. And right before Black History Month, which just so happens to be the shortest month on the calendar, but I'm not going to pick a fight. But it happens to be the shortest month on the calendar, February. If you take a look there, there are some of the surviving Tuskegee Airmen. There are some of the survivors right there. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? We all know why. And that's the painful part, is that we know why they're doing this. It's little incremental changes like this. And it's all about, I wonder what we can get away with next. Huh? What can we get away with next? That's what it's about. That's what it has to do with. They want to see what is the next thing we can change, and is there going to be any backlash? Will anybody make a fuss? You're darn right we're going to fuss about it. Yeah, we're going to fuss, and we're going to fuss loudly. I mean, those heroic airmen who were given a limited amount of recognition at the time for their contribution in a military that was segregated. It was segregated. Throughout the Second World War, the military was segregated and remained so until Harry S. Truman, President Truman, needed Black votes to win the presidency in his own right. Now, he was vice president, one of several vice presidents for Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And I believe, what year was that Roosevelt died? But anyway, it was before the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was before that. As a matter of fact, Truman was so kept in the dark about things, he didn't really understand the destructive power of the weapon he was about to authorize. And so Truman, and by all accounts, he did a pretty good job. But he wanted to run for a second term. And so you might remember that famous newspaper headline, Dewey wins. Do you guys remember that story, Dewey wins? Where I think his name was Thomas Dewey, was running for the Republican ticket as president. And even Harry Truman's own mama thought he had no chance of winning. She thought, you're not going to be president. And the famous Chicago Tribune, one of the finest newspapers in the country, they actually ran a headline saying Dewey wins. They ran that headline the night of the election, assuming that when we woke up the next day, that Dewey would be president. Well, they were wrong. Truman had won, and Truman's secret weapon, like the Royals, they have their secret weapons. His secret weapons was Black people, because the pollsters didn't bother to count the Black vote. They didn't bother to count the Black vote. So he had made a promise to the Black churches and such that if you elect me president, I am going to desegregate the military. I'm going to desegregate the military. And so he did. But that just goes to show you how powerful our Black votes were at that time, that they didn't even count them. And that is what won the election for Harry S. Truman, was the black vote. And so he kept his promise. He desegregated the military. And it was, it was incremental. It wasn't all at once, but within, a period of time that by Vietnam, we had really saw some changes in the military. We weren't there yet. I want you to take a look at that. See there? Dewey defeats Truman. And there's Harry Truman waving that newspaper around just as happy because he proved that this little congressman from Independence, Missouri, a man who before Congress ran a haberdashery, that's a men's clothing store, little men's clothing store. And he went on to become president of the United States. So that is how we finally desegregated our military. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for that, soul brother. Okay. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and grief we bear. What? I love that song. What a friend we have in Jesus. Everything, 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 everything to God in prayer. Okay, let me stop. And take a look there. Take a look there. Proud, efficient. Let me tell you a little bit about the Tuskegee Airmen. U.S. Air Force reversed course after removing Tuskegee Airmen video amid Trump DEI ban backlash. Bipartisan criticism and public outcry led to the reinstatement of a video honoring the heroic Black pilots of World War II, highlighting their enduring legacy in American history. Say that again. Okay, where's my article? Uh-oh, don't tell me that I got rid of that. Oh, what did I do with it? Wait, it's there. Nope. Oh, Lord, I didn't deleted it. Oh, well, if I deleted it, I could always find it again. Let me see. Fudge, I have deleted. Oh, and I had that on the timeline just for that reason. How did I do that? Oh, boy. All right, sorry about that. I have lost the article, but that's okay. I'll do it another way. Okay. And that article was in the Griot? Yes. There we go. So, anyway, that article says the uproar over the U.S. Air Force's removal of a video of Tuskegee Airmen from its curriculum in response to the DEI ban has reached the highest level of government, causing them to make an about face. Now, the Air Force says it will return the video about the famous Black World War II pilots to the service members' curriculum with confirmation from the new incoming Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. Am I saying that right? This will not stand, Hegsworth wrote in response to Senator Katie Britt, Republican from Alabama, who pointed out that even Trump previously celebrated the contributions of the Tuskegee Airmen. Oh, God. Anyway, I wonder how much that he probably sent them a bill for it. I have no doubt Secretary Hegseth will correct and get to the bottom of this malicious compliance we've seen in recent days. Britt posted on X, President Trump. Okay, I don't want to hear about him. The video was removed after the DEI review resulted from. Okay, he's still there. Never mind. Never mind. We don't need to hear about him. The Tuskegee Airmen. That is what's more important, is their story. So I'm just going to give you a little brief about them. The Tuskegee Airmen was a group of primarily African American military pilots and airmen who fought in World War II. They formed a 332nd Fighter Group and the 477th Bombardment Group of the United States Army Air Force. Remember, it used to be the Army Air Corps, Army Air Force. They didn't become their own thing, I think, until after the war. Of the United States Army. The name also applies to the navigators, bombardiers, mechanics, instructors, crew chief, nurses, cooks, and other support personnel. The Tuskegee Airmen received praise for their excellent combat record, earned while protecting American bombers from enemy fighters. The group was awarded 3 Distinguished Unit citations. All Black military pilots who trained in the United States trained at Grill Field, Kennedy Field, and Moulton Field, Shorter Field, and the Tuskegee Army Airfields. They were educated at the Tuskegee Institute, now Tuskegee University, located near Tuskegee, Alabama. Of the 922 pilots, 5 were Haitian from Haitian Air Force, and 1 pilot was from Trinidad. It also included an airman born in the Dominican Republic and 1 born in Jamaica. The 99th Pursuit Squadron, later the 99th Fighter Squadron, was the first Black flying squadron and the first to deploy overseas to North Africa in April of 1943 and later to Sicily and other parts of Italy. The 332nd Fighter Group, which originally included the 100th and the 301st and the 302nd Fighter Squadron, was the first Black flying group. It deployed to Italy in early 1944, although the 477th Bombardment Group trained with the North American B-25 Mitchell bomber. They never served in combat. In June of 1944, the 332nd Fighter Group began flying heavily bomber escort missions, and in 1944, with the addition of the 99th Fighter Squadron, it had 4 fighter squadrons, and it goes on and on. So anyway, the Tuskegee Airmen were the first African American military aviators in the United States Armed Forces during World War II. Black Americans in many U.S. states were still subject to the Jim Crow laws, and the American military was racially segregated, as was much of the federal government. The Tuskegee Airmen were subjected to discrimination both within and outside of the Army. So there you have it. That's just a little background of the world famous Tuskegee Airmen. Let's see. What is that? Oh, there you are. Beyonce's Revenge. Baron, you don't have to worry about the memberships not going to specific people because it chooses chosen by who is most engaged, like comments, lives, etc. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, I hope that works out then. Let me see. Blacks in military being fired as we speak. Yes, that is happening right now. So this is all smoke and mirrors in some regards. Leg says the Truman Presidential Library is one of the best ones I've have been to. I think the Clinton one is top at the moment. I have been to Clinton, Truman, Bush, Johnson, Hoover. Wow, I am so jealous. I didn't think that there was anybody as big a nerd as I am. I love it. I want so desperately to go to the Kennedy Library and I want to go to Clinton's. I wouldn't mind going to all of them, to be honest with you, but that is going to be my bucket list is to go to some of those libraries. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That is outstanding. Let me see here. Okay, let me get caught up here because I'm kind of falling behind. We've been here an hour and I ain't really got that far yet. I have not seen that movie yet. I should watch that, shouldn't I? Okay, let's move on. So, anyway, there's a couple of the airmen there. And remember, it not only includes the pilots, but the mechanics and just about everything else. They were like their own thing at the time. So, that is pretty cool. I didn't really know that. Let's see. Tuskegee Airman Anderson, Major Anderson, William Portnoy, joke with each other during a ceremony commemorating Veterans Day and honoring the Tuskegee Airmen November the 11th, 2013 in Washington, D.C. The ceremony was held at the African American Civil War Museum on the day that World War I ended 95 years ago. Um, the date the United States honors all of its military veterans. Yeah, the uproar over removing the video, that was really, really dumb. They should not have done that. But as someone pointed out, they are busy right now trying to make America great again. God help us. Um, Christopher Webb, under Trump and the U.S. military tried to erase the legacy of the Tuskegee Airmen, and that disgrace will never be forgotten. These men put their lives on the line for a country that refused to respect them. They served during segregation, ready to die for a nation that saw them as less than. My mom's uncle, Nelson Brooks, pictured second from the far left, was one of those men. Huh. So that must be the guy. See where it says request? Just under quest. That must be the uncle there, I think. Wow. I mean, they just look like people I grew up with, people in my neighborhood. I think I went, did I go to the Library of Congress? I went to see the Constitution. You couldn't even make out the writing that well, but I went to one of those places. Maybe it was the National Archive, or it may have been the Library of Congress, but I went to one or the other. And Benjamin Crump, don't get Benjamin Crump upset. The removal of the Tuskegee Airmen video from Air Force training sparked national outrage, leading to his reinstatement. These heroes sacrificed are not just DEI, they are American history. Their legacy of valor and resilience must be preserved. And over here on the right, the San Antonio Express News says after uproar, Air Force says recruits will again be taught about Tuskegee Airmen. See, whoever pulled that video, they don't want the history known, because over time, the attempt is to erase Black history, the African American contribution to American history. They want to believe that they came here, the Native Americans were not interested in the land on the East Coast. So they were just like, we're just going to move west. Like there was no Trail of Tears, there were no genocides and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just, but they're going to try. They're going to try to erase history, and we have to stop them. Yeah, we got to stop them. So there you go. Pete Hegseth. This has been immediately reversed. Thank you, Senator Katie Britt. So now he's charging in there like a hero, like he is upset about it. Let's hope he is, but I'm not expecting much from him. Throughout the next 4 years, we as Americans will need to remain especially vigilant against attacks on Black history. As elected officials, we should be prepared to call them out. I hope we can continue to do so in a bipartisan manner. Well, elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. God help us. So we have gone from Lloyd Austin, decorated hero Lloyd Austin, the recent Secretary of Defense, only to have been replaced by this WWF or whatever he used to do. We have gone from the flag over his shoulder to the flag lining his jacket. This is what is happening right now. We're replacing this very well qualified defense secretary with someone flashy that Donald Trump has identified as, you guessed it, loyal. Now, fortunately, I hope they're going to team him up with a very capable undersecretary of defense. So, as far as the military is concerned, it is, I can't even say it, but it's the person in the Oval Office, the Secretary of Defense, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and then on down from there. Okay? And yes, as Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin was in the line of succession. If there was a huge tragedy and he was the highest ranking person standing, he would assume the role as president. So, Secretary of Defense is a high ranking position. And if you tried to find an equivalent um, with the monarchy, I don't know how many levels you'd have to go before you reach that role. But in terms of succession, it's the president, the vice president, and then I think the Speaker of the House, is it? Secretary of State, Speaker of the House? One of those come next, but that's how it works over here. So, oh, well, pray for us, y'all. Pray. Pray for our country. Also, I just spoke about Bessie Coleman the other day, so I won't go so far into it. But um, as a pilot, she trained to be a pilot in France because no American flight school would give her the time of day back in the 1920s. So, hearing about people like um, Josephine Baker, she thought, wow, if I go to Paris, I could probably become a pilot over there. And of course, when she got there, they laughed at her, but eventually They realized that she had come a long way and that she was very serious, especially when she began to speak French en français. She actually had to learn French. And next thing you know, voila, she was a pilot. And I do believe they said she actually received her international pilot's license ahead of what's her name? The one that disappeared, the one that, the lady that disappeared. I think she actually got her pilot's license or international license first. Amelia Earhart. Thank you. Amelia Earhart. I'm thanking myself because I think I got it. I think I got it myself. But anyway, she is buried at the Lincoln Cemetery outside of Chicago after she died tragically from an accident while doing a stunt for the circus. She was ejected from the plane and she was returned to Chicago where she is buried in the Lincoln Cemetery along with other very famous Black people. And of course, some of my family members. Okay. Oh, you think so? All right. Well, that explains it, doesn't it? That explains it. And take a look there. There's another historic photo of Bessie Coleman's legacy. She wanted to create a flight school bearing her name, of course, but that never happened. And first Black fighter pilot soared to new heights. Eugene Bullard, United States Air Force, born October 9th, 1895 in Columbus, Georgia, and died October 13th, 1961 in New York City. Yeah, he was the first Black fighter pilot. How about that? I didn't know that. And in 1959, France named Eugene Chevalier de la Legion of d'Honneurs for his service during World War I and World War II. Oh, and they posthumously made him a second lieutenant in 1994. How about that? So there you go. I think Wesley Snipes could have played his life story. Kind of looks like Wesley Snipes, right? So Eugene Jacques Bullard, he sounds very French, doesn't he? Eugene Jacques Bullard is a war hero who flew planes decades before the Tuskegee Airmen. He was honored by French President Charles de Gaulle and friends with famous people like Louis Armstrong. Born in 1895 in Columbus, Georgia, Eugene, let me stop trying to speak French. Grandfather was a slave. Multiple biographers agree that Eugene left home on his own. Hold on, water. There we go. Left home on his own as a child after witnessing his father near lynching. He stowed away on a ship to the UK and ended up in London, earning a living as a boxer and entertainer. By 1913, he had 42 professional fights under his belt and was living in Paris. Fast forward a year and World War I had begun. Eugene joined the French Foreign Legion in 1914, as other American expats did at the time. He fought in the trench war at Champagne and Verdun, was wounded 3 times, and kept returning to fight. By March 1916, he was seriously injured and removed from the battlefield. He lost most of his teeth and had a hole in his thigh from an artillery shell. Doctors told him he might never walk again. Now, that is a hell of a man, isn't it? That is one hell of a man. How about that? How about that? I have never heard of him before today. Never. His journey to become a pilot, Eugene earned France's highest honor for service and sacrifice, including the Croix de Guerre, and the Médaille Militaire. So the Croix, that's the cross of something, and the Médaille Militaire, that's a military medal. I can understand a little French when I read it. When he was deemed too injured for infantry combat because of his leg wound and was issued a medical discharge, he insisted on a transfer to French Air Force. He succeeded. Eugene received his pilot license in 1917. He received his pilot's license after he had been given a medical discharge. This guy should be a superhero. Eugene flew more than 20 combat missions, even with the odds stacked against him. Despite previous injuries and racial bias, he became a decorated soldier and a French pilot. He was known as the Black Sparrow of Death. Ooh, I bet you the enemy was afraid of him, right? Uh oh, there's the Black Sparrow of Death. When the United States entered the war, Eugene attempted to fly for the United States Air Service, but at the time, the United States had banned black pilots from joining. Bullard rejoined the Aeronautique Militaire, but was dismissed following an apparent conflict with a French officer. Subsequently, he went back to serving in the 107th Infantry Regiment until his release in October of 1919. By the way, he also survived the Spanish flu, right? He even survived the Spanish flu. A celebrated and unsung hero, after serving in World War I, Eugene stayed in Europe and ran a successful nightclubs in Paris. I love this guy, and attracted American writers, including Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Langston Hughes. He mentored jazz musicians Sidney Bechet and Ada Bricktop Smith, among others. He operated a gym as well. Because Eugene spoke English, French, and German, he was recruited to help the French resistance as a spy during World War II. He overheard valuable information at his nightclub, but when the Germans invaded France in 1940, his friends were able to whisk him back to the US. At that point, he had been over 3 decades since Eugene had been home to the United States. He settled in New York, working at the Staten Island shipyards. And in 1954, French President Charles de Gaulle invited Eugene to light the torch at the tomb of the unknown soldier at the Arc de Triomphe. At the time, he worked as an elevator operator at Rockefeller Center. And in 1959, France named him Chevalier de Légion Honneur for his service in both World War I and World War II. Are you guys in love with him yet? When French President Charles de Gaulle visited the United States, he inquired about French hero Eugene Bullard. The FBI had located him for a quick meeting with de Gaulle. After the meeting, Eugene caught the attention of the national media and appeared on the Today Show on NBC in the same building where he operated the elevator. Are you guys getting all this? Are you all getting all this? Posthumously recognition. Sadly, Eugene died from cancer in 1961. He is buried in Flushing's, New York, in the Federation of French War Veterans Cemetery. After his death, Eugene was named second lieutenant in the United States Air Force in 1994. And in 2019, the Air Force dedicated a statue of Eugene Bullard at the Museum of Aviation in Robins Air Force Base in Georgia, his home state. Several of his descendants were in attendance. Eugene Bullard took himself to new heights in the face of racial violence, poverty, combat injuries. He fought for freedom wherever he went and wrote his destiny as American hero across borders. Ah, I tell you guys, I am getting goosebumps, goosebumps, goosebumps. I am getting goosebumps. What's that, Denise Marcus? There's a huge YouTube channel that has millions of subscribers. Was in tears when I did a recap of this man. He was finally recognized in the USA because of French. What is that? President recognized him in the elevator. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? He has that certain savoir faire, right? This guy is a hero, an absolute hero. Um, just in case you want to share this with someone, what I'll do is I will put the link at the top of the chat right now. I am just in awe of this guy. I am in awe of him. I mean, you could literally say this man has been to hell and back and lived to tell it. So that's it at the top of the chat. Go ahead and grab that link and share it with someone if you please. And I say, please do so because he is incredible, absolutely incredible. I thought I've heard of some heroes in my time, but he is definitely one for the record books. I mean, what a life! What a life! And did not really, did not make much of a fuss. He just got on with it. He really just got on with it. And that is why Bessie Coleman was like, you know what? I'm going to go over to France. A lot of Black people went to France to escape Jim Crow. They'd rather take their chances over there in the early part of the last century than to deal with the nonsense going on over here. You guys, that is nothing less than extraordinary. Also, please don't forget to hit that like button. Let me see how many likes we have here. 416. Yeah, well, we can do better than that. Please don't forget to hit the like button. This is how we keep the lights on. And also, do consider a Royal Sussex membership. Yes, we have been lucky to give out a few memberships, but for the price of a cup of coffee, just $4.99 a month, you can help support this channel. You can help support these surprise heroes that we present on Royal Sussex every so often. Yeah, so please do that. Let me get the link for the well, never mind. I don't want to. I'm going to leave that up top because I want you guys to have a chance to grab that. And also, since we're on the topic, let's not forget about these ladies. Let's not forget about them. The 6888. And of course, Charity Adams, who was only 26 years old at the time, and she was the highest ranking Black woman in the military. The highest ranking. Major Adams never broke protocol when the words "over my dead body, sir," sprang from her mouth like the searing rounds of a Browning pistol. Okay, look at that young face of hers. Look at that young face of hers. Now this is what the world is afraid of. This is what the world is afraid of because when black women get together, they can move mountains. They can move mountains. And if you would like an example of the, I guess, um, what is the word I'm looking for? Anyway, last time on Lady Sussex, she shared a couple of people that were white women that explained their dislike for black women. And it wasn't rooted in actual experience. It was rooted in the racism that had been taught since they were infants. They have been taught racism. And that's what Nelson Mandela said. Racism is learned. Nobody is born to be racist. It is learned. And that's why they took that video down, because they don't want people to have any tolerance for people of color. They don't want white people to have tolerance or respect for people of color. And what flies in the face of that is people like Charity Adams and, of course, Eugene Jacques Bullard. That really flies in the face of disrespect and lack of tolerance. To honor the long ignored worth of the 6888 has been the greatest privilege of my career thus far. Thank you, Tyler Perry. Thank you so much. Now, work on Eugene. Kerry Washington and Ebony Obsidian lead an all-star cast in the telling the inspiring true story of the incredible and brave women of the only all-black, all-female World War II battalion. They were fighting two wars. They were fighting against the Third Reich, and they were fighting against their own country. Isn't that something? They were fighting two wars. And this is one of my favorite things ever. When this 90-year-old vet started to stand up, President Obama leaned in and told him he didn't have to stand. The proud vet stood saying, "No, sir, you're the president. You're the president." So we went from Jacques Bullard, Charity Adams, and so many countless heroes that we'll never know the names of, to the first and only African American president. And understanding the weight of that moment, this veteran stood up for his president. He stood up for his president. And I tell you, I got goosebumps the first time I saw that. And there was another kid that was badly injured, and he went to the Oval Office. And before he entered the Oval Office, he requested that they help him to his feet. This young white man who had been terribly injured did not want to greet his president in a wheelchair. He wanted to stand and walk into the Oval Office to meet Barack Obama, President of the United States. I'm very touched by that. That is the country that we deserve. That is the country that so many Black men and women have fought for. That's the country that our labor as Black people built, whether it was forced labor or whether it was in a factory or an office. We have worked for this country, and we deserve nothing less than anybody else. As a matter of fact, I would say that because of what we've suffered, we deserve more. But I'm willing to accept a fair hand than being pushed down. So, yeah, I tell you, that really moved me when I saw that today. And thank you for letting me share that with you. Now, take a look. There is our hero, another hero, our canine hero. Um, I forgot I had this cartoon over there on the left side. Little guy running along the beach in California, living his best life. And over there on the left, I don't think I shared this with you guys before, but I found it, so I shared it. And I love that picture. That is too cute. That is too cute. And of course, we did share this before. His Royal Dogness, Guy the Beagle, and the Duchess and Guy, A Rescue to Royalty Puppy Love Story. Those are books that are available. Take a screenshot if you need to remember them. But yeah, take a screenshot. Oh, look at Guy. You got to love him. You got to love him. We love you, Guy. Now, let's get to some shade. Sorry, you guys, today is so long, but like I said, I pulled a thread and here we are. Let's get to some shade. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Kate topped up her Botox just in time for the BAFTAs. Now, listen, you guys, I have no proof of this whatsoever. As a matter of fact, that's why I said alleged, 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 allegedly. Kate topped up her Botox. Now, we don't know that to be true. We just know that that's what someone has shared on the interweb, is that Kate topped up her Botox, topped it up. You know how when your car is running low on oil, you top it up, right? When your cash app, your cash card or whatever, your cash app is low on funds, but yet you use that to make purchases, you have to top it up. Well, the same thing happens when you ever walk on the beach and when you're walking in the water, you feel those ripples in the sand. Well, if those ripples in the sand are very similar to the ripples that some people have on their faces, then you could understand why people would want to top it up, right? Got to top it up. The thing about all that topping is over time, that oil can run, or in this case, well, we just use oil. Oil tends to run sometimes. It gets all over the engine block, if you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, this is all alleged. We don't know that to be true, but that's just what they say. And you know, they are never wrong. And that explains this, doesn't it? I was wondering why someone would be in an eyewear store and all of a sudden they take a glance at themselves and they seem to be utterly shocked. I was wondering. Now I get it. I get it. I wonder if there's like a secret door in the back of the eyewear shop where people who live in the area go into an eyewear store and then they walk through that threshold to the secret door. They walk through that door, like a wardrobe. Let's say there's a wardrobe in the eyewear store, and you open up the wardrobe and you step through it. And next thing you know, you're in a place called Narnia, where instead of water running through the brooks and streams, they have Botox. Every time you pull an apple from the tree, you bite it and it tastes like Botox, right? You pour some water, you take your hands and cup your hands to drink water, and that water tastes just like Botox. Yeah, Botox. Yeah, everything tastes like Botox, looks like Botox. And no ring. And no ring. Absolutely no ring. Do you guys remember that commercial for the Tootsie Roll? Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a A tube of Botox to me. Botox, Botox, you inject it through your skin. Botox, Botox, the wrinkles within. Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a tube of Botox to me. No, actually, the song is whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. Tootsie Roll, a chocolate chew. Tootsie Roll, I think I'm in love with you. Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. Okay, that's the actual song. You know what, guys? I forgot to put my humidifier on and I'm losing my voice, but that's okay because I have one of my um, candies from Connie Balmer, and that will take care of my throat. Yeah, those old mirrors where they would actually put what silver on the back of the glass, they don't always tell the truth. They don't always tell the truth. Oh, there we go. The Ministry of Hacks. Morning. There we go. The Ministry of Hacks. So I'm going to put this on and I'm going to go and put a pot on to boil for my voice. Okay?
Well, there'll be lots of different opinions from people all over the planet that are watching this video, but in my humble opinion, I'm not sure it's the right time or the right thing to do for Kate to use the global cover of Vogue to promote her achievement. It's not really achievement, though, is it? Her achievement as a global fashion icon. I think after the 2024 that Kate's had, and the limited amount of work, one appearance that she's managed so far in 2025, and it's the 26th of January, she might want to use that time, money, energy to do something else that's more related to the challenges that other people, not Kate, face in this crazy world that we're living in right now. Cost of living crisis in the UK, and Kate is in a family that have unlimited resources, time, and money. There's lots of projects that Kate could be working on to drive real change in the UK. I'm not sure driving change around the fashion industry and promoting herself with a massive wardrobe is what she should be doing in 2025. But as ever, happy Sunday. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. Well, there'll be lots of different opinions from people all over the planet that are what.
Okay, thank you, Ministry of Hacks, that you can find on TikTok. TikTok that has now become a tool of our government so they can keep an eye on you. That TikTok. While TikTok was down, they say that the government was fooling around. And now TikTok can see everything that's going on. Okay. So there you have it. Thank you so much for your patience. Sandra, love that name. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you very much. Someone very near and dear to me had that very same name. And that's why I love it so much. Thank you so much for being here. Tootsie Roll, a chocolate chew. Tootsie Roll, I think I'm in love with you. Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. I hope they put enough starch. Oh, really? Now that is interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, the hate for with love Meghan is as unfair as is predictable. That was in the British Vogue. That was actually a pretty good article. I think I made a video about that, didn't I? I think I did. So if you get a chance to, a matter of fact, I'll see if I can find the link to that one because I don't remember what the title was, but it was probably one of the more recent ones that I made. It's an edited video, so it's not very long, but I will get the title for you and you can watch it when you get a chance to. Oh, there it is right there. It's 11 minutes and 15 seconds long. I am going to grab the link and I'll put it here. Make sure you grab that link. That's it right there. Try to save it on your YouTube if you can and watch it later. But it talks about, there it is at the top of the chat. See it at the top up there? But it talks about, that hate campaign against them, against Meghan, that is. And very interesting article. And it was in British Vogue. So let's hope that it hit the target, okay? Let's hope it hit the target. Vogue loves the Duchess of Sussex. They do. And Meghan's edition of Vogue that she guest edited, that was the best-selling issue of British Vogue in history. Do you understand? In the history of Vogue magazine, Britain, the British Vogue magazine, Meghan's guest edit was the best-selling. But they're not willing to leave that alone. They want to get okay, be nice. They want to put her, that person, on the cover of Vogue in the United States. They want her to invade the United States Vogue. And I don't think it'll be a first time. I think it'll be a second time. You know what? God bless her. And I hope it does everything for her that she wants it to do. Because you better buckle your seatbelt, honey, because the Duchess of Sussex is about to premiere her lifestyle show, and you are going to be in the dust where you belong. So best of luck to you. You're gonna need it. Now, of course, I don't want to seem unfair by going on and on about the Duchess of Sussex without giving a fair opportunity to Kate Middleton to respond. So we're going to reach out to Kensington Palace and we'll hear what Kate has to say about it.
Well, obviously it'd be, I would love to have met her, and she's obviously, she's an inspirational woman to look up to, obviously to this day, and, going forward and things. It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and, very inspirational. So, yeah, I do.
I think I got about 4 out of that. Did you hear all the I think I heard about 4 of them. She's assuming than she does. So, So much for elocution lessons, huh? So much for elocution lessons. Not everybody will benefit from elocution lessons. And that is clearly demonstrated with the...
it is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've, it is, it's a wonderful, it is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and, very inspirational. So, yeah, I do. it is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So it is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Yes, you do, girl. Yes, you do. You surely do. You really do. You did that, girl.
Going forward and things. It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do. It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and it is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Okay, girl, you keep doing what you do, and I'll keep doing what I do. And in the immortal words of Sweet Brown,
time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
ain't nobody got time for that. So while while you knowing, we're going to just say,
ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. We ain't got time for it. We'd be here all day if we let Kate try to explain herself.
And things. It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot. Obviously on to this day, and going forward and things. It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, let's move on, because we'd be here all day trying to figure out what she was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Members of the family that I have achieved a lot. And going to this day and going forward and such and this and that. And going forward have achieved a lot. And members of the family that that I have met so far have have achieved a lot. Why don't you name some of those achievements? Huh? Why don't you name some of those achievements? Now, saying that, there's an old saying, you know how they say, go ahead, pick my brain. You know what? Don't pick her brain. Leave it alone. I say give her brain time to heal. All right? Don't pick her brain. Leave it. Leave it alone and give it time to heal. Do not mess with her brain, because it's not working so well as we speak. If you start picking at it, it can only get worse. So do not pick her brain. Leave it alone. Now, this is that thread that I pulled upon. Now, there is Godzilla Camilla, the Queen Consort, and Godzilla Camilla, the Queen Consort, is holding on to her dog, Beth. Her dog, Beth. And where does the nickname Beth come from? Huh? Beth. Where does that come from? Well, common sense would say if you have a dog named Beth, that's short for Elizabeth. Elizabeth. And yet, somehow, people in the United Kingdom are ignoring the fact that Camilla, the queen consort, has named her dog Beth. 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 Anyway, Beth has been trained by Camilla, the queen consort, that whenever she sees that bright electric blue color, that she is to attack. If she ever sees that bright blue, that royal blue, that electric blue, Beth has been trained to attack. And if you think I'm making it up, let me share my theory with you. Now, earlier, it was pointed out by Legs that there seemed to be upheaval, disagreement, trouble between the queen consort, or as Sonny Hostin would say, the queen cohort, and the Princess of Wales. The Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, Catherine, or Kate Middleton. They don't get on with each other. So today, Camilla was absent, conspicuously absent, but Kate Middlebaum, Willie Leaks, and Chucky the Third, they were there. But no Camilla Godzilla, the queen consort. Why is that? Well, apparently Camilla and Kate do not get on with each other. They do not get on with each other. And what I am going to demonstrate is one of the reasons why, or at least one of the explanations for this thing with the color blue. You see there? Queen Camilla and Kate Middleton's battle over blue dresses and what a staffer is saying now. There is reportedly has been a battle brewing about when some royal ladies, like the Princess of Wales, she's a lady, huh? Like the Princess of Wales, can and can't wear certain color. Now, Queen Camilla, dressmaker, is implementing a change. Now, mind you, I only just found this article today, but I had noticed this for quite some times, that there seemed to be an issue with the color blue. And let me show you what I mean by that. Well, I'll show you in just a second. Darren Stratton, a body language and behavioral expert with a degree in psychology, he shared that blue is a superhero color for confidence and is also considered to be the color of communication and openness. It's all about calmness and communication. Did you hear that? It's all about
important things. It is, it's a wonderful family and things. It is,
does that sound like calmness and communication? Maybe that's why she keeps wearing blue, because she ain't gave up yet, right? She still wants calmness and communication. As a matter of fact, when they had their greeting, this famous scene right here, this comes from the engagement interview. And of course, what did Kate wear? She wore blue. She wore blue to the engagement ceremony, meeting with the press. She wore blue. And that blue is for confidence and openness and communication. It doesn't seem like it helped. And the way we know it didn't help is because
important things. It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational.
That's why we know it didn't work. That was a waste of time. She could have wore black. She could have wore some thigh-high boots and stirrups. It wouldn't have made a difference, because she was Kate. So, as I was saying, where did I leave off? Oh gosh, where did I leave off? Um, Following what the Duchess. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Oh well. Anyway, so during the confessional in episode 3 of the program, the former. No, that's not it. How have I lost that all of a sudden? Following what the Duchess said, the royals seemed to debunk that by wearing the same colors, a holiday. No, that's not it. How did I lose my place? Oh, you know what? I started way down halfway through the article. That's why. Let me go back up to the top. I don't know how I did that. So, the color of the clothing worn by the royal women became a hot topic after Meghan Markle claimed in her and Harry's Netflix docuseries that she couldn't wear the same color as more senior members of the royal family. During a confessional in episode 3 of the program, the former suit star recalled most of the time that I was in the UK, I rarely wore color. To my understanding, you can't even wear the same color as Her Majesty if there's a group event. But then you also should never be wearing the same color as one of her other more senior members of the royal family. Following what the Duchess said, the royals seemed to debunk that by wearing the same color to a holiday carol service at Westminster Abbey, and several fans began posting pictures online of Meghan wearing bright colors while she was a working royal. But now, a reported dispute over popular color between Queen Camilla Godzilla, the Queen consort, formerly known as Camilla Parker Bowles, and the Princess of Wales, formerly known as Kate Middleton, is proving that the latest sometimes royal ladies can't wear the same color. So Meghan was not wrong. Meghan said that she was barred from wearing certain colors if it was a favorite color of the other royals. I don't think they wanted her to wear it ever. Camilla, let me see here. Camilla wants to be the best in show. She is flexing her queen consort image. She waited patiently for Queen Elizabeth II to die, and she's saying it's her time. Kate enjoyed so many articles, and now Camilla's time. Legs continues to say Camilla trolls Kate by doing so. She hits at William because Kate can't do anything William doesn't agree to. It is technically a battle between William and Camilla, but William is using Kate like he does in battles of Meghan and Kate. Wow, legs. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Wow. Didn't see that one coming, but thank you. Maurice says, don't be fooled, people. Those unroyals are united in their jealousy, hatred, and wanted Harry and Meghan's downfall. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't care, but more so, don't fall for it. All right, thank you for your comment. Now, take a look here. You guys, before that article, I've noticed that Camilla defers to that electric blue, royal blue color, that cobalt blue, again and again and again. But I also noticed that is a favorite of Kate Middleton's. Like over there on the upper right, I share that image all the time. That is Kate wearing that blue color. And if you notice, Kate wears that color in the presence of Camilla on days that Camilla cannot possibly wear it, like the Order of the Garter right there. You see that? That Order of the Garter thing. Of course, Camilla could not wear that bright blue. So Kate showed up wearing it. And I don't think Camilla liked that. And then look down there at the coronation robe that she wore. You see that? I could not understand why that robe was such a bright blue. I wonder if that had something to do with Kate. If Kate was the one who suggested that herself and the other women wear that bright blue color. Now, it doesn't seem like, logically she would have the power to do that because she wasn't the only one. But was there some type of influence used to get her in that color on Camilla's pseudo wedding day, de facto wedding day? You see how messy this is? You see how messy this is? Let me continue with that article. The color that was reportedly caused a stir in the royal household is blue. A source told Express that the color is practically problematic for senior royals dressers because it's a favorite of both Camilla and Kate. The source said the queen is now able to choose her outfits before all other women in the royal family. It's part of the royal pecking order, and that includes the clothes and colors. Her Majesty, there's nothing majestic about that cow. Her Majesty's favorite color is blue. So is Kate's. Sophie is also quite fond of it. The insider explained that Camilla's dresser, Jackie Meakin, who took over for the late Queen Elizabeth II's dresser, Angela Kelly, came up with an idea that she thinks will solve any future problems over wearing the color. There are times when Jackie was a bit apprehensive to allow blue to be worn at the same time as the queen, but she's relaxed that now, so long as the blues are very different shades. The source revealed in the end, it all became a bit comical with all the ladies seeing the funny side. I bet you they see the funny side of it. It's so funny, they're about ready to tear each other's head off. Expert says Kate has been influenced by Camilla's style. Uh-oh. Darren Staten. Okay, so that's where I picked up was the Darren Staten. So we did that already. Let me get to Legs, who has a super chat. Royal blue is Camilla's thing. Right, William? Yes, right. Thank you very much, Legs. And Sharon Fraser says, it's a super chat. Thank you so much, Sharon Fraser. And thank you for supporting Royal Sussex. And remember, for the price of a cup of coffee, $4.99, you could use that $4.99 once a month to help support Royal Sussex for the price of a cup of coffee. Okay. Oh, thank you again. Now take a look there. I'm telling you guys, I did not need this article to establish this. I knew this already. They said, speaking on behalf of Betfair Slots, Stanton explained Camilla is not afraid of pushing the boat out, so she tends to wear an array of colors. When she is attending formal events, she will usually wear white, but we have seen her wearing blues and reds and very deep purples as well. She likes to surprise people and stand out. She likes to surprise people and stand out. You guys, brace yourself. Brace yourself. Incoming. You ready? Here we go. I don't care how soft she walks. I don't care how gentle her stride. It always seems like that is a demonstration of the impact Camilla has on a unsuspecting public who, by all accounts, you just don't expect to run into her, and yet sometimes it happens. Woo! Let me see. Kate's fashion choices may be influenced by her stepmother-in-law, noting that both women. Now, see, you know what? I'm not going to put that on Kate like that, even though, listen, I don't hate Kate Middleton. Let me just say that. But also, I'm going to, oh, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to stand. Anyway, I, I can get it out. I can get it out. Hold on one second. I'm going to, okay, let me drink some water. Okay. I can do this. I'm gonna. I don't know if I could do it, but I'm gonna do my best. Okay, hold on. It's just words, right? It's just words. Words have power, but let me just. I'm gonna stand up for Kate Middleton. Oh God, that was difficult. I could do it again. I'm gonna stand up for Kate Middleton. See, I didn't turn into a pillar of salt. Okay. My nose is not bleeding. I don't have blood coming out of my ears, right? All right. So I said what I just said. I can't say it 3 times, but I said what I just said because Kate Middleton has been wearing that color for years. Long before, she, you know what I'm saying? That is, and also, I don't see Kate. I mean, look at their silhouette. Look at their silhouette. There's nothing similar about their silhouette. Kate is not running around with a zipper in the front of every dress she owns, right? That's Camilla's thing. Every dress she owns is flared out at the bottom and has a zipper at the top. And then she has those, anyway, they are not God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Kate Middleton only steals ideas from Meghan. She's not taking anything from that dreaded Parker Bowles woman. So I'm just being fair. That is the truth. She's not taking anything from Camilla, and that is not very accurate for them to say that. Oh, oh, I feel like I just ran around the block. That took a lot out of me. Good God. Anyway, it'll be a while before I stand up for her again, but I'm just saying, I'm expressing the fact that, Poliva Girl, member for 1 month. Thank you. Hi, guys. I got unsubscribed accidentally by YouTube. I have to wait 5 more days to comment. Just a hi and I thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that, Poliva Girl. And I will see if I can fix that for you later. So I am going to, let me see, what am I going to do? I am going to do something. Oh, okay. You know what? I can see this is something that I have meant to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that another time. But all right, Poliva Girl, I'm gonna take care of you though, okay? Don't worry. I'm going to take care of you so we can get you able to comment sooner. Go to channel. And I do that. Let me see if this works. Let me see if this works, because I may be able to fix that sooner rather than later. And because you have been such a great member of Royal Sussex, I want to see if I can fix this for you right now. So I do that. It's just a couple of easy steps. And let me see. Okay, that didn't work. But that's okay. I will try to fix it for you later. It's okay. But we will fix it. We will fix it. We will. And you will be able to comment before you know it. So, yeah, just hold tight, and help is on the way. I promise, help is on the way. Okay. 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 All right, Poliva girl. Try to go to that thing at the top and see if you can't comment. You know what I mean? Refresh your page and see if you can't comment. All right? We'll see if that works. If not, I'll try it again later. And thank you for being a member. Now, take a look there. There is Camilla wearing that blue jumpsuit. And someone who knows she likes the blue is also wearing blue. And there's one of those official portraits of Camilla. Again, zipper in the front, just like the jumpsuit, flared out at the bottom. Kate doesn't dress like that. And sometimes when we say Camilla's blue, that means it blew up. There's Camilla trying to do her imitation of Marilyn Monroe. But in this case is Unbearable Monroe, not Marilyn, Unbearable Monroe. And of course, I see bags of cash, gold spoons too. I wait till they turned their heads and stuck it in my shoe. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, the president of South Africa. She wore blue to meet him. So there you go. Once again, Kate Middleton wearing I'm sorry, not Kate, but the wicked step. What is it? Step step mother-in-law wearing blue. Yeah, wearing that wicked color of blue. So again, I don't mean to take up for Kate Middleton, but it's true that she's does not seem to be inspired. As a matter of fact, when they went on that carriage ride, the South African president, the flags on the pole, so pretty in the sky. I rode with Will and Kate, and she squeezed my thigh. Oh, yeah. Yes, even the inside of the carriage was blue. So, righty. Yes, instead of Louis Armstrong, that's Louis Cash gone. Because when he get that bag of cash, he gone. Louis Cash gone. And he sounds just like Louis Armstrong, except his name is Louis Cash gone. Again, royal blue. Even as a troll, she wears that same royal blue. And look at this picture right here. Okay, I had this picture. I didn't have to search for it. I had it already. And I kept wondering, why did Kate do this? You see there? What do you think is going on in her head? What do you think is going on in her head? She's thinking, I wanted to wear blue, but I'm not able to wear blue because that old shrew is wearing blue. Leah Torrey, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. But actually, I'm wide awake. I'm fine. See, as I said, that's Kate wearing that blue. And also, Kate is not supposed to wear a tiara. So what does she do? I think they said that that crystal headpiece that she's wearing cost $40,000. She spent on that headdress so that she could defy her stepmother-in-law and wear a tiara anyway. I mean, on television, it looked like a tiara. Do not tell me that these two are not at war. They are at war. And when Kate wears blue, that is her evil color. All that comfort and communication, you know what it communicates? That she's in a very evil state of mind. That's what it communicates. That's what it means. That means she is feeling evil today, just like the Wicked Witch on the Disney cartoon. See there? They came ready for a fight. They were late to the coronation. And tell me that crystal headdress doesn't look like a tiara. It looks like a tiara and is all pointed and jagged, just like that one that the Wicked Witch is wearing. Same flavor, same flavor. The only difference is the Wicked Witch didn't have to go and get a touch-up. The Wicked Witch didn't have to go get a touch-up. Kate clearly appears to have had a touch-up. I'm not saying she did, but Kate clearly appears to have a touch-up. The Wicked Witch, not so much. And why were they late for the coronation? Because they stopped to make a family video on the way out the door. And even Kate's tired former air hostess mama loves to wear blue. That is something that she and her mama got in common, is they both love to wear that royal blue, that electric royal blue color. They love it. Do you know how many times Carol Middleton has pushed that rickety old beverage cart up and down the aisles of that Boeing 747 jumbo jet, pushing that cart of little mini bottles of liquor, half of which seem to miraculously come up missing in flight? Huh? How many bottles of beverages have come up missing on those days that Carol Middleton worked? I'm just saying, how many bottles of beverages have come up missing because that Carol Middleton woman was working? I'm going to guess several, not saying that she had anything to do with it, of course, but anyway, that blue color seems to be something that unites them because Well, how many times has Carol Middleton gone out that door to go to work wearing that blue uniform for the airline? So you see, it's all coming together, you guys. It is all coming together. All things come to those who wait. And right now, I think I'm on a roll. It is all coming together. Every bit of it. I can see clearly now. It is all coming together. Uh-huh. You see what I'm saying? All of it is in a nice, neat little pile, just waiting for me to decipher the meaning of it. And I think I'm onto something. So don't turn the water on me. Just let me burn, right? That's an old jazz saying. Don't turn the water on me. Just let me burn and let me lubricate my mind. Actually, I got that from the movie The Wiz. Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? Not much, I'm sure, but I digress. Okay. Where is Fancy tonight? Oh, Poliva Girl says, no worries, Baron. I need the giggles. More. Thank you, Poliva Girl, and thank you again for the super chat and being so supportive to Royal Sussex. Oh, Carol Middleton looks shady, don't she? She looks shady AF. Well, you know what? William is lucky because William won't have to try to guess what his wife is going to look like in 20 years. He won't even have to guess, or 5 years in her case. Look at there. There's a whole swirl. She is like turning into a flower of blue. She wore blue when she made that stupid video. And then, of course, trigger warning. Let us not forget. Now I think I understand this better. I think the reason why Kate Middleton had decided to do this poor man's version of the, people's Duchess, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. The reason why she decided to do that is out of spite, because I guess she felt like Meghan shouldn't wear that color. And true, Meghan rarely wears blue like that bright blue, very rare. So I guess Kate did that as a punishment. I don't know. But, or she was just jealous, hateful, who knows? But clearly, anybody could see that she is deliberately mocking the Duchess of Sussex. So, anyway, that is my theory about the blue. Recollections may vary. Let me get that one off the screen. I can't stand to see it. But I do think that there is a war between Kate Middleton and Camilla Godzilla, the Queen Consort. And I think that blue is one of the things that they've had problems with. Also, when Kate showed utter disrespect for the president of South Korea by using that attention-seeking red outfit where she showed, all the way up to her vajayjay, I think that was super disrespectful. And I think she has been punished. And since then, unless it's something really big and important, you don't see the two women together. You don't see them together. And then, of course, when Sophie wore Kate's tiara. And because people like myself pointed out that that never happens, now they say, oh, well, we changed the policy and it's okay. We're going to loan out tiaras. It has always been a matter of procedure that when you are given one of those tiaras, it is on loan to you for life, period. Period. Queen Elizabeth assigned tiaras for Camilla to wear. Camilla didn't have her pick of the litter. She was assigned a tiara. So stop playing in our faces. Anyway, so that is that about the color blue. I'm going to go on to this guy. Oh, well, the Duke of York. The Duke of York. Talk about out of effing touch. When you say out of touch, by the way, I have the Duke of York, and then I got to show you the surprise I got in the mail. I have to show you the surprise I got in the mail. So, oh my God, 2 hours and 30 minutes? I didn't realize we had been on that long. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I did not mean for that to happen. Oh, anyway, let me get on with it before I lose my place. You got to hear this. So out of touch.
Are you conscious of the fact that sometimes people do look at the royal family and see perhaps that privilege is being used to give them a lifestyle that people might think of as unreasonable? And I have to ask the question, what is a reasonable lifestyle? It's not extravagant, I don't believe. It's not unreasonable. If you are trying to maximize the time that we have, or I have, to be able to do what I do for not only business, but also society in the UK. There's a recession. Are you conscious of the fact that sometimes people do look at the royal family and see perhaps that privilege is being used to give them a lifestyle that people might think of as unreasonable? And I have to ask the question, what is a reasonable lifestyle? It's not extravagant, I don't believe. It's not unreasonable. If you are trying to maximize the time that we have, or I have, to be able to do what I do for not only business, but also society in the UK. There's a recession. Are you conscious of the fact that sometimes...
Okay, so I played that twice in case you couldn't believe what he said the first time. That's very out of touch. That is so out of touch. I mean, deeply, deeply, disturbingly out of touch. Obviously, this person, the Duke of York, is not, he doesn't have a great sense of self-awareness, right? He doesn't have a sense of what the rest of the world is going through. Clearly, he couldn't. Because otherwise, why would you say something so stupid? Why would you say something so stupid? And yet, that's exactly what he did. He made it sound like the work that he's been doing and the rest of that family is so important, so purposeful and meaningful that, right? That his work is so...
It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot. And, very...
Yeah, And if you know, you know. Oh, I tell you. That never gets old. You know that, don't you? That never, ever gets old. Oh, yes, you're right about that. Says a man sat in a room covered in gold, gold gilding everywhere. And he says, because of the work and the speed necessary to do that work, and the work, the work, the work. Right, right. Let me see. He's a numpty nub. Even the fire guard is gold. Oh, you guys are so sharp. I didn't even notice the gold. I was just listening to. Anyway, you guys, I'm almost done. Let me get to this and then we're out of here. I cannot believe how beautiful this is. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for it? Please tell me you're ready, because if you're not ready, I could just talk about something else. We don't have to talk about it today. As a matter of fact, let's not. I mean, I could show you tomorrow. Today has been so busy and so full of information and laughs and everything that I don't have to show you today. Mm. Oh, okay. Thank you, Legs. I'm sorry, Lydia. I can't hear you. What are you saying? What's that, Mary H? You guys need to talk louder because I can't hear you. I said, are you ready to see it? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Are you ready? Okay, okay, okay. I'm not going to drag it out any further. This is just so terrible of me. Um, Seeing is believing. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? This is a coffee mug that I received from one of the squatties, and it came with a letter. Is that beautiful? I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, look at there. It's even got my name on it. It's even got my name on it. Oh my God. That I was in such awe of this when I received it. And I know it looks kind of small in my hand, but it is actually just the right size. It is just the right size. And I love it. This is like one of the most beautiful things I've received in a long time. Now, it says, "Hi, Baron. Hope this note." Wait, let me drink some water. Hi, Baron. I hope this note finds you well. I wanted to take a moment and express my sincere appreciation for all that you have done for us. Your podcast has been a source of inspiration, insight, and tears, and a lot of much needed laughs over the years. Your dedication and passion truly shine through, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of your journey. As a small token of my gratitude and appreciation, I'm sending you this gift from Etsy store. Oh, the name of it is Digital Haven Design Company. I repeat, the Digital Haven Design Company. I started this business to bring to life the pictures that I constantly have in my head and to share my creativity with others. I hope you enjoy this special mug that I made especially for you as much as I enjoyed creating it. Thank you for your hard work and dedication and for your sharing your voice with the world. Here's to wishing you continued success, and I look forward to many, many more episodes. Wishing you much success. So and so, Digital Haven Design Company. That is a beautiful signature. My goodness. I am going to cherish that mug, and I am going to cherish that letter forever. I love it. That I was just so taken back by that today. It is absolutely beautiful. The colors, I mean, the camera doesn't do it justice. And the touch of it. I love porcelain. I love, stoneware and such. The touch of it is just absolutely wonderful. I know. I know. So I forgot who told me to make sure that I get over to the mailbox. Get over to the mailbox. And it was definitely worth the trip. Definitely. That is, I am, look, it has my name on it. It has my name on it. I don't think I've ever had a mug that had my name on it before. Baron, Royal Sussex. I know. I was just like, I feel like, I mean, I'm like, do I deserve this? Do I deserve this? That someone has gone through what it has taken to make this possible is just, let me stop before I get emotional. But, well, I will, let me put the name of the Etsy store. I guess it's okay to share it. Digital Haven Design. Now, let me put it here. I have not gone over there yet because I was running errands today. Wow, you mean to tell me you don't spell digital with a Y? Okay. Let me see if I can find the link. Yeah, I'll see if I can find the link. I've never shopped on Etsy before. Etsy. Digital. By the way, you guys, I am done. So if you need to get out of here, go for it because I am done. I saved the best for last. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Oh, okay. Lots of beautiful art here. Oh my goodness. I think I will definitely be doing some shopping. Yeah, definitely. It's some beautiful stuff here. I hope this is the right one. How do you find wait, am I spelling that right? Oh, you know what? It's not heaven, it's haven. Sorry about that, you guys. Sorry about that. I spelled it wrong. Yeah, don't use that spelling. I spelled it wrong. Digital Haven Design. Oh, I tell you, that fifth grade education. Digital Haven Design. Okay. All right, I'm going to find the link for you. I don't know if that's right or not. Anyway, if and when I can find the right because some of these names are kind of similar, I think. Yeah, some of them seem similar. Yeah, and I've never shopped here before, so I'm not sure I'm doing this right. Good night, everyone. I am done now. Anyway, I'll have to try to find it. I didn't get like a link or anything, so Digital Haven Design, Etsy store, Digital Haven Design Company, CO period. Let me try that. Oh, well. And you know what? Let me check my email. Let me check my email because maybe they sent me an email and that might help sort things out. Okay, now I'm going to search Etsy. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Well, I see the Digital Haven, and it has two N's though. I don't know. I thought it would be easier to find it. I'm so sorry. I should have done this earlier. Good night, Elaine. Thank you so much for joining us. Ah, okay. Well, I will pass that message on if I can. I love it though. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I was speechless when I saw it. Okay, I think I found it. I think I found it. Or have I? No, I don't think that's right. Anyway, hopefully they'll send me an email and I can get the proper link for you all. And if I can, hopefully you'll be able to order something from their Etsy store. I tell you, when I say I was so surprised, the quality is amazing. It really is. It just feels right in your hand. No kidding. It feels absolutely right in your hand. Okay, I do not have an email from them. Okay, you guys, I am done. Thank you so much. And as always, thank you to the moderators that have made this channel special. Thank you to every member, every subscriber, and a special thanks to those of you that have supported Royal Sussex almost from the start. And also special thanks to Connie Balmer, not just for myself, but I have seen Connie Balmer supporting channels here, there, and everywhere. And of course, when I go through the comments and I see that Connie Balmer has made a comment on some of those channels, I'm just like, that is how these Sussex friendly spaces grow, is because Connie Balmer is usually one of the first people to show support. Good night, Ispy. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, yes, everyone, please continue to pray for the Sussexes, each other, and the world. Also, you guys, make sure you pray for the Lady Sussex mom who had a bit of an accident. And unfortunately, there has been, that, and a little unfortunate for myself and everyone that we didn't have Lady Sussex, George, and Charles Sunday, but they will be back. And it doesn't matter. Always a great conversation, but just know that to Lady Sussex, wherever you are and what you're doing, we are with you. The Sussex Squad is with you always. Good night, Lydia Washington. Thank you for all your help. Here. Definitely. So yeah, when I find the proper link, I will share it with you guys. And we'll take it from there. Okay, we're good. Well, let's end with once. Now we'll end. What did we end with last time? Yeah, whatever it was, that's what we'll end with. Okay, just looking at a couple of your comments here. I wish I could find the link, but there's just so many of them that seem so similar. You know what I mean? And I don't want to share the wrong one. Plus, I am so curious. I want to get over there and see what else they got. Because anything that nice, the other stuff has got to be amazing too. Right? I want to get over there and see it. Okay, it is almost 3 hours, you guys. Love you. Thank you so much. And good night. Good night.